Hi everybody, Casey Zander here, and in today's video I wanted to discuss with you a topic that is going to wildly enhance your life when it comes to your success, your ability to date and attract high quality companions, your ability to succeed in business, and ultimately your ability to influence other people in the direction that you would like them to be influenced, so that way you can get what it is that you'd like in this life. This video is going to be probably one of the most impactful, and I think that this video is probably going to be something that I have never shared on this channel because I haven't thought of it, but it is a belief that I have lived by since I was probably about 17 or 18 years old, and it has served me far better than any other belief that I can even think of. So with that said, let's dive in. The topic that I'm going to be covering today is why you must put yourself first. Now, don't close out of the video. Don't think that, okay, I already know what putting yourself first means, because you don't. And I'm going to go very deep with this, because if you look at how most people live their life, they don't put themselves first in anything. Before I can even preface this, we have to actually look at your conditioning. You were probably taught to be a good person, always give others your time, always give others your attention, always put other people before yourself, always make sure other people are taken care of because they'll probably do the right thing and also take care of you. And as long as you meet other people's needs, they'll reciprocate, and guess what? Your needs will be met too. I can't tell you how further that is from the truth than anything I've ever seen. Okay, before I even dive into the meat and beans of this video, because I have a lot of stuff laid out here, you need to come to the conclusion that you have a duty to your own success. Okay? Think about that. A duty. Like, it is your duty. If you're on this earth, it is your duty to succeed. It is your duty to succeed and build the life that you want. Here's why. Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, is going to do it for you. Nobody is going to get the financial success for you that you probably want. Nobody is going to build the empire for you that you want. Nobody is going to teach you the charisma and the internal skills to attract the type of companion that you want. Nobody's going to do it. You have to go out in this world and you have to get everything that you think you deserve. You have to go and conquer the things that you think you deserve. With that said, you have a duty to success, and this is why you must put yourself first. So let's dive into point number one. What actually goes into this? Well, when you put yourself first, that means you always do what is in your best interest. I know it sounds crazy, I know it sounds basic, I know it sounds elementary, but it isn't. Because if you look at how people live their life, they do not do this. Always do what serves you and always do what is in your best interest. I call this being self-serving. I'm going to give you a lot of examples of how I've done this throughout my entire life. Okay, the very first was when I was building my brand and when I was building my business and trying to grow my name, and I had to grow my reputation when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old. Okay, that first 4 years in business, nothing else mattered. Okay, you have to audit your own priorities. So routinely, my mom would, for example, try to pull me off center, say, hey, you have to do this, this, and this, or we have this get together with your third aunt that you only see once a year. My default answer is no, I'm not going. I'm just not going to. That's not a priority for me. I'm not going to go waste time doing that. Okay, there's another one. Oh, hey, your XYZ person has a piano recital. You have to go watch. The whole family's going. No, I'm not doing that. Well, why? Why are you so selfish? Because I have to get ahead. Like, I only have limited amount of time on this earth, so I have to do the things that will actually propel me forward. Okay? This is how you have to live. The only way to get ahead is where you put your time. Where you put your time is going to actually serve you. So now let's look at how this works with dating. Okay? When it comes to your own dating life, you have to actually make time to learn how to attract the people that you want. You have to practice going out. You have to practice approaching. You have to practice doing things that are uncomfortable. Okay, for a while, I had to put certain friends on hold that weren't into this or that were content with just not really having anybody. Okay, I had to put those friends on hold or cross them out for a while so I could go out, I could meet new friends, I could develop a bigger social circle of abundance, and I could develop the skills that I needed. Did they probably think I was rude at the time? Yes, but because I was self-serving, I was able to develop the skills at a young age that I needed. Okay, the last is I'm going to give you an example with friends. Okay, routinely when I was building my body, and especially when I was like building CZ Fitness, because that's what I did, is I worked on my physique, I worked on my strength, because the main thing that the service I was doing is I was helping people get fit. Because of that, I had to look the part. So every day after school or every day after work, okay, if people would go out, or people would go out to the bar when I turned 21, things like that. Hey, it's Friday. Can you go? Can you go? Can you go? We're going to meet here at 5. The answer was no. I had to take care of my fitness. I have to do that. I'll meet you after, but first I have to get this done. Okay? Everything in life, you have to be self-serving with your time, or you will live the life of a 99%er. And if you look at the life of a 99%er, most dudes specifically, like they have no financial success, they have no charisma, they have no game, right? They have no influence, they are not confident, and it's because where they put their time is not correct by default. The only way to make it correct by default is actually doing what is in your best interest. So make no mistake, this right here, what I'm teaching you, this is the only way to get ahead. There might be a lot of people out there that claim there's multiple ways to get ahead, and I maybe agree with certain tactics to an extent, but you know what? We all have 24 hours, and where you put your 24 hours and where you sharpen those skills is going to be where you succeed. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's just how it is. Tom Brady won all those Super Bowl rings because he got really good at football. Okay, Michael Phelps won all those gold medals swimming because he got really good at swimming. Like, you need to pick the things you want to get good at, and you need to stick to it like glue. And the second you deviate, just know somebody else is going to be better than you, because they won't deviate, and they'll take your cookie or they'll take your spot when you wish that that would have been you. The more you are self-serving, the more you'll get ahead. So I have to tell you this with it. At first, you will be hated. Okay, this is the motto I live by. First, you're hated, and then you're admired. Okay, my whole first 5 years living this way, it was you're selfish, you're rude, you don't make time for others, you should feel sorry for yourself that you think this way. Then, as success started to come my way, whether it would be with building my body or with building the brand, building the business, all of a sudden you start hiring, you're having employees, you're starting to take care of other people, you're starting to learn how to generate profits within your business. All of this is so important, okay? If you're still watching, the reason why I mentioned business so much is because that became the backbone or the cornerstone of like who I am. And that's why I highly recommend you to check out the new business channel, okay? It's called Xander Consulting. I have a link below. Subscribe to that channel, because I literally post on that channel every single day, teaching you behind the scenes footage of how I built my business and every single mindset trait that helped generate me multiple millions of dollars. At first, you're hated, and then you're admired, okay? Then people start to say, how'd you do it? Oh, how'd you get ahead? You must be born lucky. You must be such a lucky guy, Casey. Look how lucky you are. Look how lucky you are that you get to just have an audience, or look how lucky you are you get to sell those programs, or look how lucky you are you get to build a physique like that. It's nothing to do with luck. It's nothing to do with luck at all. I put my time in places where 99% of people aren't willing to. Therefore, I have more results than 99% of people. That's just really all there is to it. Okay, how do you do this? I have a little line under this, because now we're going to shift to the how. How do you do this? Well, you want to start by cutting out bad friends. Okay, what's a bad friend? A bad friend is not somebody necessarily, it's not like they're not there for you. They're probably a good friend, but where they're putting their time and the things they'd like to do with you, it's laughable for how embarrassing it is for such a waste of a life. If you have friends like that, just stop. Here's what you do. You start returning the text slower, okay? Then you eventually return them like every other day, and then once a week, and then you stop checking in. And like, that's just how you do it. You don't have to have a hard conversation like, hey, I can't hang out with you. You just have to slowly pull back. Eventually, most people get the message, okay? After you do that, now you have to have an honest priority system. Like, you have to be honest with yourself for a second. Like, where do you actually put your time? What I would recommend doing, get a massive notebook like I have, okay? Jot down hour for hour in a whole day what you do and where you put your time. Everything. That way you can actually see on paper how far you're moving the needle to push it in the right direction to actually get the success that you claim you want, but are probably not working towards. This one belief system of putting myself first in every way, Might have been self-serving in the short term, but in the long term, I was able to give back to others with more value than I would have ever been able to, due to the fact that I made myself specifically skilled in a few areas that were very, very important to me. So with that said, there's multiple links below I want you to check out. The first is my one-to-one coaching link. If you're looking for one-to-one guidance, one-to-one help with me, okay, you can go down below and you can book a call with my brother Cole. Cole will get you squared away on that interview and he'll show you exactly how I can help. Okay. Number two, I want you to check out my Patreon. I show you behind the scenes footage to help craft your personality. And this is stuff I can't release on YouTube, and I don't release on YouTube. It is specifically reserved for Patreon. Last but not least, we have about 190 seats open inside the MBT Masculinity Blueprint Accelerator for Q2. Okay. What does that mean? That means when we hit 2,000 people, we are shutting this down. Now, I know that seems like a big claim, but here's what you have to remember. When you have, this channel is nearing 300,000 subscribers, it's going to fill up quick, which means if this flagship program that you've heard me talk about now for 3 years on this channel, if you want to get into this, now is the time, because like I've said, I'm going through a slight career change and career shift, and I don't know if I'm going to keep that open after Q2 when we hit 2,000 guys. So hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.